Hello everyone, it's Fourth World Comics here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a mini-series of Dr. Fate. Now, this is a 4-issue mini-series of Dr. Fate written by J.M Dematteis and Giffen. This Dr. Fate resides in the New Earth. If anybody don't know what New Earth means, or New Earth is post-crisis. If y'all don't know what post-crisis is post-crisis is what took place after Crisis on Infinite Earth. So post-crisis is post-crisis Infinite Earth, and then pre-crisis is pre-crisis Infinite Earth. So pre-crisis is the multiverse and everything until Crisis on Infinite Earth happened, and then once Crisis on Infinite Earth happened, everything after that, everything was set anew. Everything was placed onto one planet. The multiverse did not exist no more, so this new universe was known as the New Earth. So issue 1 is just simply titled Dr. Fate. So issue 1 opens up with Kent Nelson, Dr. Fate, looking for the Lord of Chaos, Typhon. Typhon, the Lord of Chaos, conjures up some demons as Dr. Fate easily defeats him, and then the two seems to battle it out. Dr. Fate, Lord of Order, versus Typhon, Lord of Chaos. But as the two battle it out, Lord Typhon tells Dr. Fate that there is a rumor that Dr. Fate is dying, and that he is weakened, and that he is now immortal. But the reasoning for Dr. Fate weakening is because of a cosmic event called the Kali Yuga, which has started. It was now in its final stages. Kali Yuga is when chaos prevails. This weakens Dr. Fate and Nabu, well, mainly Nabu, thus having the magic that prevented Kent and Iza from pre-crisis from aging disappear. Their rapid aging caused a stain that was too much for Iza to handle, so she died leaving Kent with Nabu. So Kent is now by himself. But amidst of the battle between Dr. Fate and Typhon, Dr. Fate was about to defeat Typhon when the Lords of Order take him to another dimension. There they explain Dr. Fate of this cosmic event known as Kali Yuga, in which there are 4 stages of the Kali Yuga. They are known as Yugas. The final stage is Kali Yuga. The first stage of Kali Yuga is perfect order, which lasted 1 million years. The second stage is when chaos emerges. The third stage is when chaos is felt, and the fourth stage is when chaos is triumphant. The Lords of Order explain how Fate's fight with Typhon was useless, and when the world dissolves in fire, chaos will prevail. But Nabu mentions how the world nearly dissolved in fire, in which the mortals called the Crisis. This is proof that Nabu wasn't affected by Crisis on Infinite Earth. The Lords of Order then tells Nabu to let chaos win and swallow the world. It'll begin the new cycle of order, and chaos will be swallowed too. But Nabu refused to let billions of people die and decline their offer. The Lord of Order then removes his helmet and say that he don't have a choice. Kent Nelson responds that there is always a choice. So now this Kent Nelson speaking because Nabu is the helmet. The Lord of Orders tells him how he should be the last person talking about choice since Nabu controls his body. But Nelson says no. To be the body, he chose to be the body host of Nabu was his choice. It was his fate, but now he must accept death as well. The panel then switches to Eric Strauss and his stepmother, who is at a park and convincing him to play with kids. We see a 10-year-old boy named Eric Strauss with his stepmother. She talks about how Eric's father was abusive to the mom and Eric. She understood why Eric's mom killed herself, but she didn't care. She was just in it for the money and Eric. So Eric goes and plays with the boy. She explains how the boy's father dies of cancer until she finally realizes that Eric is gone. She freaks out and goes on a search for Eric. The panel then switches to Arkham Asylum, where we see a man known as Dr. Stoner speaking with Typhon. Typhon tells Dr. Stoner about the little boy known as Eric Strauss and what is Kent Nelson's plan with him. Dr. Stoner then gets up and leaves with the guard and advises him to accompany him. Then we are seeing that the boy Eric Strauss had left with Kent Nelson. Kent Nelson explains to the boy how he should be dead, but Naboo says that's enough talking and begins the transition of Dr. Fate. Eric Strauss is now Dr. Fate. The new Dr. Fate, Eric Strauss, then reaches to where Typhon is located, and the two begin to battle it out again. Typhon blasts Dr. Fate, causing Naboo to disappear from Eric Strauss's mind. He blasts him back to the park. Back at the park, with Naboo no longer being able to be in Eric's mind, this causes Eric's mind to go back to a 10-year-old. He is thrown at the park where the police officer shows up with Dr. Stoner. Stoner then takes the boy and tells him that he is in good hands and everything is gonna be okay. The issue then closes with Kent Nelson on his knees whipping. The second issue is known as Asylum, and it opens up with Kent Nelson reminiscing his life as he sits and remembers his wife Insa. He remembers how it all started and how he states that Naboo killed his father, so Kent Nelson could become Dr. Fate. Then the panel switches to Dr. Stoner back at Arkham Asylum. He gives Eric a speech of how he loves his patients and how he takes good care of them. He tells Eric how he's seen what Eric sees, the truth between order and chaos. He says chaos is winning, so he made a choice to side with the winner, chaos. Then we continue with Linda, who can't sleep. She gets up and starts roaming the streets looking for Eric. The panel then shifts back to Arkham, where Dr. Stoner is seen doing a ritual for Typhon, the Lord of Chaos. He cuts his wrist as Typhon consumes the blood. Once the ritual is over, a black shadow appears and consumes Arkham as it makes its way to Eric. The demons enters Eric's cell, and right when he's about to consume Eric, a blast appears out of nowhere, and out comes Dr. Fate. Naboo tells Eric it was all part of a plan to get close to the Lord of Chaos. So the battle begins again between Dr. Fate and the demon shadows. It's an intense battle, but as it continues, Eric asks Naboo about Linda. Naboo says she's dead. Eric is in disbelief, and then angry, she says she can't be dead, and in one blast disintegrates the demons. Eric is sad as Dr. Fate walks up to Dr. Stoner in his office. Fate asks about Typhon, in which Stoner replies, "I'm him." And out comes Typhon, the Lord of Chaos, and once again, Typhon and Dr. Fate battle it out. As the battle rages on, Dr. Fate is ultimately defeated. Typhon was able to remove the helmet, which left the body weakened. Dr. Stoner gets the helmet and puts it on. Kent Nelson feels the effects as he is still the host body of Naboo. Kent feels anxious as he is dying and says he is ready to go, he is ready to die, until Naboo fixes this chaotic world. He claims Naboo is evil for forcing Kent to use the boy, but Kent says to just let chaos win. Naboo rejects him. Kent takes over his body, and Linda walks in, and Naboo tells her, "They think they've beaten me, but they were wrong," and that's the end of issue 2. So we're now on the third issue, which is known as Strangers, and this issue opens up with Dr. Stoner as Dr. Fate. He gives a statement about how chaos has won the battle between order and chaos. The panel then shifts to what we see as the Justice League International. If nobody knows, after post-crisis, there was no Justice League. It was just Justice League International, which wasn't the core members of Justice League. So this Justice League consists of Martian Manhunter, Batman, Mr. Miracle, and Guy Gardner. Martian Manhunter, Guy Gardner, and Mr. Miracle is talking about how chaotic the world is. Guy Gardner says that there isn't any hope. Mr. Miracle says if he could find love and friends in Apocalypse, then there is hope on Earth. Batman walks in and they ask Batman why he summoned them. Batman says he didn't. It was fate. Seems like this issue also involves the Phantom Stranger. Then we see Linda and Kent as Linda blames Kent for Eric. Kent says no, it was Naboo. She requests to speak to him, but Kent is angry and wants to die. But Naboo is keeping his body alive, and the three continue to argue. Naboo fills Eric through the helmet, but Typhon takes over, only to be met by the Justice League. Phantom says that the Lords may have retreated, but the League won't, and Dr. Fate then disintegrates Batman. Phantom Stranger then tells Mr. Miracle and Martian Manhunter that Batman and Guy Gardner are not dead, but merely he planted a seed. Mr. Miracle feels obligated to fight, but Phantom Stranger tells him to stay on their level while he does his thing on his level. Eric arrives where Kent and Linda is at. Eric asks Naboo if this was his plan all along. Naboo says no. There are others helping, delaying chaos. Given the opportunity to plan, Eric, Linda, and Kent and Naboo gets ready. Dr. Fate then is approached by Phantom Stranger. The two battle it out as Dr. Fate defeats Phantom Stranger easily. He kills him. Typhon then tells Fate to head to the pyramids as they got work to do, only to be met by Dr. Fate. So now we're at the final issue of this 4 miniseries, and the final issue is known as Incarnations, and the issue opens up with the Pyramid of Giza. Dr. Fate greets Eric and is shocked that he is still standing after all he put him through. Eric responds that it only made him stronger, and he is no longer Eric, but Fate. Dr. Fate scoffs and laughs at the three mortals. Fate then tries to control Eric's mind, but as Eric said, it only made him stronger, and rejected Typhon. So instead of Eric's mind, they went for his body. Eric survives, and Kent tells Eric that he needs Linda, just as Kent needed Inza. So Linda runs to Eric, only to be stopped by Naboo, who puts a barrier around her. Kent tells him that chaos is about to win, and does Naboo craving control that much to let the world die. Naboo releases the barrier, and the two merges into the new Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate was stripped from Dr. Stoner. The new Fate looked Typhon face to face. Typhon throws Stoner like a rag doll. Typhon tells Fate that he merely won the battle, but not the war. The Kali Yuga is still upon them. The heroes Eric, Linda, and Kent goes home. Kent finally feels free to die. He gives his goodbyes to Linda and Eric, who tries to convince him to stay, but he refuses. He finally asks Naboo to set him free, and so he does. Eric and Linda then mourns for Kent Nelson. We then see the Lords of Order talking to Naboo, who they feel has been tainted by humanity, and ask him to allow them to cleanse him, to clean Naboo. Naboo says they should be the ones cleansed, be cleansed of their omniscience, smudges, and superiority. The Lords of Order are shocked to hear Naboo, but Naboo tells them he has walked among men, understood their darkness, their corruption, their fight. It's more than order, it's more than chaos. They have within the potential to transcend both, and it can't be found here in their shimmering realms. It's there on Earth, in the hearts of those tainted humans. Maybe chaos is meant to win the war, but he'd rather stand by men and fight, help them reach their greatest potential. Even if creation is destroyed and destined to be destroyed, he must go back. Naboo heads back to Kent's tomb. The Lord informs him that he can never return if he was to go back. He scoffs. Eric and Linda are talking when they hear a knock on the door. And now on the door is Kent Nelson. And the issue ends. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what y'all thought of the series. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Thank you, everyone.